National Electrical Code Section 770.53 addresses communication circuits. It states that communication circuits, as described in Section 770.1, must be installed according to the National Electrical Code, other applicable laws, codes, and regulations, and are subject to the approval of the authority having jurisdiction. A general rule states that conductors of different systems shall not be placed in the same raceway, cable, box, or cabinet. However, there is an exception. Communication wires of different systems are permitted in the same raceway, cable, box, or cabinet if the wires are separated by a continuous and firmly fixed nonconductive barrier. Furthermore, where communications raceways and non-communications raceways are installed in parallel, they must be separated by at least 50 mm or 2 inches, except where they cross. This section clarifies the conditions under which communication wires from different systems can share the same raceway. The key requirement is the presence of a continuous and firmly fixed nonconductive barrier separating the wires. This barrier ensures that the different systems remain isolated, preventing potential interference or electrical issues. The exception recognizes that communication circuits often operate at low voltages and currents, making the risk of interference or electrical hazards lower compared to power circuits. By allowing the sharing of raceways under specific conditions, the code aims to promote efficient use of space and materials while maintaining safety. The requirement for a nonconductive barrier is crucial to ensure that the different communication systems do not interact with each other. The barrier must be continuous, meaning that it must completely separate the wires along their entire length within the raceway. It must also be firmly fixed, ensuring that it does not move or dislodge, which could compromise the separation. The material of the barrier must be nonconductive to prevent any electrical conductivity between the different systems. The separation requirement of 50 mm or 2 inches between parallel communications and non-communications raceways further reduces the risk of interference. This physical separation helps to minimize electromagnetic coupling between the different systems. The exception to this separation requirement is where the raceways cross. At crossing points, the interference risk is generally lower because the raceways are only in close proximity for a short distance. The purpose of these regulations is to ensure the safe and reliable operation of communication systems. By following these guidelines, electrical installers and designers can minimize the risk of interference, electrical hazards, and other problems. The authority having jurisdiction plays a crucial role in enforcing these regulations and ensuring that all installations meet the required standards. The specific requirements in Section 770.53 reflect the unique characteristics of communication circuits and the need to balance safety with practical considerations. The use of nonconductive barriers and physical separation helps to mitigate the risks associated with sharing raceways between different systems. It is essential for anyone working with communication circuits to be familiar with these regulations and to follow them carefully to ensure compliance and safety. The National Electrical Code is regularly updated to reflect changes in technology and best practices. Therefore, it is important to refer to the latest edition of the code to ensure that you are following the most current requirements. The exception for communication wires separated by a nonconductive barrier allows for greater flexibility in the design and installation of communication systems. This can be particularly beneficial in situations where space is limited or where it is desirable to minimize the number of raceways. However, it is crucial to ensure that the nonconductive barrier is properly installed and maintained to ensure its effectiveness. Regular inspections should be conducted to verify that the barrier is still in place and that it has not been damaged. If any damage is found, the barrier should be repaired or replaced immediately. The 50 mm or 2 inch separation requirement between parallel raceways is intended to prevent electromagnetic interference between the different systems. This separation distance is based on the principle that the strength of electromagnetic fields decreases with distance. By maintaining a sufficient separation, the amount of interference that is coupled between the raceways can be minimized. The exception for crossing raceways recognizes that the amount of interference that is coupled at a crossing point is generally less than the amount that is coupled between parallel raceways. This is because the raceways are only in close proximity for a short distance at the crossing point. In addition to the requirements in section 770.53, there may be other applicable codes and regulations that govern the installation of communication circuits. It is important to consult with the authority having jurisdiction to determine all of the applicable requirements. The authority having jurisdiction can provide guidance on the interpretation and application of the National Electrical Code and other relevant codes and regulations. They can also conduct inspections to ensure that installations are in compliance with the applicable requirements. Compliance with the National Electrical Code and other applicable codes and regulations is essential for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of communication systems. Failure to comply with these requirements can result in serious consequences, including electrical hazards, interference, and equipment damage. Therefore, it is crucial for anyone working with communication circuits to be familiar with these regulations and to follow them carefully. The NEC provides detailed guidelines for the installation of communication circuits, addressing various aspects such as wiring methods, grounding, bonding, and overcurrent protection. These guidelines are designed to minimize the risk of electrical hazards and to ensure the reliable operation of communication equipment. Electrical safety is of paramount importance when working with any electrical system, including communication circuits. It is essential to follow all safety precautions and to use appropriate personal protective equipment to prevent electrical shock and other injuries. Only qualified and trained personnel should perform electrical work on communication circuits. These personnel should have a thorough understanding of the National Electrical Code and other applicable codes and regulations. They should also be familiar with the specific equipment and wiring methods that are being used. Regular training and continuing education are essential for maintaining the competency of electrical workers. This training should cover topics such as electrical safety, the National Electrical Code, and new technologies. The use of appropriate tools and equipment is also essential for ensuring electrical safety. All tools and equipment should be in good working order and should be used according to the manufacturer's instructions. Regular inspections of tools and equipment should be conducted to identify any defects or damage. Defective or damaged tools and equipment should be removed from service immediately. Grounding and bonding are critical for preventing electrical shock hazards. Grounding provides a low impedance path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to trip over current protective devices and to energize the circuit. Bonding connects all metal parts of the electrical system together, which helps to equalize voltage and reduce the risk of electrical shock. Overcurrent protection is used to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. Overcurrent protective devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to trip and interrupt the flow of current when an overcurrent condition occurs. The size and type of overcurrent protective device must be carefully selected to protect the circuit from damage and to prevent electrical hazards. Proper labeling of electrical circuits and equipment is essential for safety and for facilitating maintenance and troubleshooting. All circuits and equipment should be clearly labeled with their voltage, current, and function. Labeling should be durable and easy to read. Regular inspections and maintenance are essential for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of communication circuits. Inspections should be conducted to identify any potential problems, such as damaged wiring, loose connections, or defective equipment. Maintenance should be performed to correct any problems that are identified and to prevent future problems from occurring. Documentation of all electrical work is essential for maintaining a record of the installation, inspection, and maintenance of communication circuits. Documentation should include drawings, specifications, test reports, and maintenance records. This documentation can be used to facilitate troubleshooting and to ensure that the electrical system is properly maintained. By following these guidelines, electrical installers and designers can minimize the risk of electrical hazards and ensure the safe and reliable operation of communication systems. Electrical safety is a shared responsibility, and it is important for everyone to be aware of the potential hazards and to take precautions to prevent accident. Remember to always consult the latest edition of the National Electrical Code and other applicable codes and regulations before performing any electrical work. Understanding and adhering to these codes is crucial for maintaining a safe and compliant electrical installation. Always prioritize safety and seek guidance from qualified professionals when needed. Section 770.53 provides a specific exception that allows communication wires of different systems to be placed in the same raceway, cable, box, or cabinet if they are separated by a continuous and firmly fixed nonconductive barrier. This exception acknowledges that communication circuits typically operate at lower voltages and currents compared to power circuits, reducing the risk of electrical hazards. The nonconductive barrier acts as a physical separation, preventing direct contact between the wires and minimizing the potential for interference or shorts. The requirement for the barrier to be continuous ensures that the separation is maintained throughout the entire length of the wires within the enclosure. The barrier must also be firmly fixed to prevent it from shifting or dislodging, which could compromise the separation. The material used for the barrier must be non-conductive to prevent any electrical current from flowing between the wires. Common non-conductive materials used for barriers include plastic, rubber, and fiberglass. The installation of the non-conductive barrier must be done carefully to ensure that it is properly positioned and secured. The barrier should be sized appropriately to completely separate the wires and should be free from any sharp edges or protrusions that could damage the insulation of the wires. In addition to the non-conductive barrier, the code also specifies a minimum separation distance of 50 mm or 2 inches between parallel communications raceways and non-communications raceways. This separation distance helps to minimize electromagnetic interference between the two types of raceways. However, this separation requirement does not apply where the raceways cross each other. At crossing points, the raceways can be closer together without significantly increasing the risk of interference. It is important to note that even when communication wires are separated by a non-conductive barrier, it is still essential to follow all other applicable requirements of the National Electrical Code. This includes proper grounding, bonding, and overcurrent protection. The goal of these requirements is to ensure the safety of the electrical system and to prevent electrical hazards. When installing communication circuits, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrical professional to ensure that the installation complies with all applicable codes and regulations. A qualified professional can assess the specific requirements of the installation and can provide guidance on the proper wiring methods, grounding, bonding, and overcurrent protection. They can also ensure that the non-conductive barrier is properly installed and that all other safety precautions are followed. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure the safe and reliable operation of your communication system. Remember to always prioritize safety and to consult with qualified professionals when needed. The NEC is updated regularly, so it's crucial to stay informed about the latest revisions and requirements. Always refer to the most current edition of the code for accurate and up-to-date information.